Today's video is about 7 strategies for scoring high in your 2021 Waec exam. We are going to look at how to score high in your 2021 West African Senior School Certificate Examinations. And of course, if you are going to sit for any of the equivalent exams, such as the National Examinations Council, Senior School Certificate Examinations, or NABTEB, or any other exams, of course, this video will be of central importance to your achieving success, scoring maximum marks in any of those exams. Most of our viewers and subscribers who have been supporting this channel sometimes have the need to sit for these exams, and we have been able to research into 7 strategies that will help you to score high in this upcoming 2021 Waec exam. And these strategies are what we want to share with you in this video. If you are new to this channel, kindly subscribe to the channel by clicking on the subscribe button below. Click on the bell icon as well, so that whenever a new video is uploaded on the channel, you will be notified instantly. Let's dive into the lesson right away. First, we look at the highlights. 1. Believe it is possible. 2. Determine to score high by setting a goal. 3. Create a study plan and make your timetable a real plan of action. 4. Start taking action immediately. 5. Use the questioning method. 6. Use the double technique of summarizing and synthesizing. 7. Master the rules and procedures for answering questions in exams. Now let's examine these strategies one by one. The first thing is for you to believe it is possible. Of course, there's no gainsaying the fact that every achievement in life begins with believing. An American philosopher of personal achievement stated that whatever the mind can conceive, the hands can achieve. You must overcome anxieties by believing that it is possible. The basic difference between fear and faith lies in the type of message each of them presents. Whereas fear presents a message that something bad is going to happen, faith proclaims a firm and positive message that something good certainly is going to happen. Whichever one you believe is likely to become a self-fulfilling prophecy for you. You must choose to believe that in spite of all odds, scoring high in all your chosen subjects in this exam is possible. This is the first critical step you must take in your approach to the exam. You need to prepare for your exam in the right positive frame of mind, and that is the first step you need to take. That's the first winning strategy that we want to share with you here. Number 2, determine to score high by setting a goal. Determination is an unbeatable thing. The second thing you must do here is to set a high scoring goal for the exam. You must have a strong determination, and then you set a scoring goal for the exam. There can be nothing like a dream that has come true if there were no dream in the first place. You must picture your high scores in order to capture them through the operational camera lens of your very plan of actions. But first, you must see it in your mind's eye. You must have and hold firmly a mental image of your success in the exam. This is not about religion. It is about reality. Where there is a will, there is a way. It's an age-old adage that has nothing to do with religion, but with practical human experience. Your goal is your dream. Your dream is your vision. Your vision is your laudable, definite objective. Your goal, which you've set for yourself, forms the very basis and solid foundation for all your studies. It becomes the driving force that will see you through and make you too tough to quit even when the going gets tough. In everything you do in life, your goal is paramount. You must, of course, write it down and keep it constantly before your physical and mental eyes. So number 2, we have talked about determination. Determined to score high by setting a goal. Number 3, create a study plan and make your timetable a real plan of action. This is very, very important. It's critical to your success in this upcoming exam. One of the greatest factors for failure in exams is lack of planning. Like every other important project in life, an exam requires planning. Like a house that requires a building plan, your exam needs a clear study plan. Creating a personal timetable will not only ensure that you are more organized, but it will also ensure that you are focused on working towards achieving your set goals. As its name implies, a timetable serves the primary objective of proper time management. There are 24 hours in a day, yet it's possible for someone to end up achieving no useful thing throughout the day. This commonly happens when there is no deliberate effort to manage time. Sticking to your timetable will ensure that you avoid distractions and utilize your time in doing your studies effectively. The need for time management cannot be overemphasized in view of the fact that you have less than 2 weeks, of course, to plan effectively. You may have all the time, but when the exam comes close, those 2 weeks you have will be the deciding moment. There may be other things you need to do to help your parents at home, and this makes the need for time management even more critical. You must know the most convenient time to fix your studies in order not to clash with the time you need to do your domestic chores, go to school, rest, and so on and so forth. With the exams at the door, you also need to consider rescheduling your daily activities so as to create more time for your studies. You can humbly and politely let your parents see why they should relieve you of some of your usual domestic chores to give you more time to prepare for the exams. But you must ensure that you actually utilize the time in your studies. In your timetable, you need to allot more time to more difficult subjects. There's nothing wrong with having a study group or partner. However, you must avoid the type of group or partners that will constitute a distraction rather than concentration on actual studying. There are some benefits of sharing ideas with others. Nevertheless, it's better to study alone than to study with a noisy and distracting group or partners. All right? So that's really very important. So number 3 is create a study plan and make your timetable a real plan of action. Strategy number 4, start taking action immediately. You must recognize that procrastination is not only a thief of time, but also a robber of success. It doesn't make sense to set goals and make plans if you are not going to hit the ground running. With the short time you have no time to laze away. The only way you can conquer the odds against you in this exam is to start taking practical steps towards equipping yourself with the answers to the exam questions. This is the only time you have to learn the unknown, revise the known, discard the errors, and master the correct ways of solving every question. You must arise from your comfort zone, awaken the giant in you, and get to work. Even if there are a number of things you still find problematic in some subjects, you can easily overcome them with the weapons of inquiry and practice. The only way to learn to do something is to get information and start doing exactly what needs to be done. Now, at this juncture, I must share the origin of this motivational topic with you. Now, this topic first appeared as an article on my website, especially when the students were preparing for their Waec exam last year. And it remained just 2 weeks when the schools were reopened, in the heat of the COVID-19. And so I felt the situation. I had to empathize with the students because they had only a very short time to prepare for the exam. So I was moved to write an article discussing 7 things that students need to do in order to score high in that exam, so that they would be able to overcome the challenges confronting them at that particular point in time. Now, with the reactions of many of our students, many of our students who really were helped by that article, I decided to also share this topic in this video form, so that you will have the double benefit of receiving this motivational topic in an audiovisual lecture of this nature. That's why I am actually handling this video. Even though you have more than 2 weeks, you have quite a lot of time to prepare for 2021 Waec exam, as opposed to the time you had when schools were reopened last year as a result of the COVID lockdown. Yet you will agree with me that no matter how long a time you have, unless you really come up with winning strategies, unless you set goals, unless you hit the ground running, you may end up mismanaging the time. And most students always find themselves in this situation. They discover that they have spent all the time they had not preparing for their exam, doing every other thing, every other thing they could do except preparing for that all-important exam. And then when the time is almost exhausted, you see them arising and then stampeding themselves into great anxiety. But with this video, what the strategies I'm discussing with you, I believe that if you really capture the message being conveyed in this video, you will start doing something while you still have the time. You can assume that you have just 2 weeks, even though you have months ahead, probably. All right? But you can set a timetable and a program of action and hit the ground running. Now, number 5, use the questioning method. Now, this brings us to the 5th critical step you must take. Use the questioning method of studying. This is very important. I want you to pay attention at this juncture, because this is a tested and proven method that guarantees success if used effectively. The questioning method is simply the process of going through the past questions in each subject and learning how those questions are to be answered correctly. Going through the past questions will not only familiarize you with the areas that you need to be covered in your studies, but it will also equip you with the correct ways of dealing with similar questions whenever they arise. Another great benefit of the questioning method is that it takes you directly into the practical field of answering exam questions. It takes you beyond the realm of the theories and enables you to start doing it practically. It is one method that yields very positive results. As a matter of fact, chances are that you will find your exam questions similar to the past ones you've gone through, if not the exact questions themselves. So use the questioning method. And there are a number of videos that I have uploaded on this channel that have discussed some of your past Waec questions and past JAM questions, depending on which of the exams you are going to sit in the near future. This questioning method will help you in an almost miraculous manner. All right? Then number 6, use the double technique of summarizing and synthesizing. Now, summarizing is a study technique in which you jot down or relate the key points in a text or a portion of it in your own words. During your study, try to summarize the key points to be sure that you have actually got an overview of the text or topic. After reading, take some time to reflect on what you have learned and make sure you summarize the key points. Stop and ask, what have I learned from this topic? This is a very powerful study technique. Your answer will certainly give you a summary of the major points in that topic, and as you do this, you eventually familiarize yourself with the major things that you need that need to be known about that topic. This is really very, very important. So summarizing takes you from reading to study. You know, there's a major difference between reading and study. When you are preparing for an exam, you cannot afford to read for pleasure. You need to go into studying effectively. And when you are studying, it means you are taking note effectively of the key points in each topic you cover, so that those things you jot down will form your revision notes. All right? Then the second thing we need to discuss here is synthesizing. In synthesizing, you take the process of summarizing one step further. Synthesizing is simply putting things together. At this juncture, you start combining ideas from various sources you've gone through. For example, you've got some key points from the notes given in class on a given topic. You've gotten additional points from textbooks, internet resources, and so on and so forth. Synthesizing enables you to combine the ideas from various sources, thereby broadening your horizon and deepening your understanding of a given topic. What the teacher has taught in class, what you have learned from textbooks, what you have gotten from internet sources, coupled with the ideas that you have extracted from your memory bank. These various sources, you bring them together. That is what we call synthesizing. To score high in your exams, you must deploy these powerful study techniques. So number 6, use the double technique of summarizing and synthesizing. Very powerful technique that will enable you to score high in your exam. Number 7, which is the last but not the least, master the rules and procedures for answering questions in exams. Now, at this juncture, you must take practical steps to have full understanding of how to approach exam questions correctly. Most students fail exams not because they lack the answers, but because they lack full understanding of how to put those answers correctly. To avoid providing the right answer to the wrong question, you must read all questions carefully and ensure that you understand what exactly the examiner wants you to do. You must look beyond every other thing that is peripheral. You must look before you leap to avoid wasting time. When you jump into answering a question and suddenly discover you've made a mistake, you need to read carefully and understand what you have been asked to answer. First, read through the questions and take some time to plan your answers. Before going into the exam hall, You must make sure you know the right way to answer various types of exam questions in each subject. A question that asks you to describe and another that asks you to list require different approaches. Various types of exam questions require different ways of answering them, and it's only putting the round pegs in round holes that will enable you to score high in your exams. So, number 7, master the rules and procedures for answering questions in exam. So, this is how it has been in today's video. I have been able to share with you 7 powerful strategies for scoring high in your 2021 Waec exam. We have looked at this critically, and if you have enjoyed today's video, like the video and share it with your friends and relations. If you have any questions, any suggestions, any commendations, then of course leave them in the comment section below. I want you to know that if you have any topic in mind in the English language, any topic whatsoever that you find problematic and you would want me to discuss the topic, just mention it in the comment section. I will actually discuss the topic. I have done a number of videos on this channel in direct response to questions and suggestions and requests from our viewers and subscribers out there. Once again, I want to thank you for being part of today's episode. If you have not subscribed, please kindly subscribe to the channel. Click on the bell icon so that when the next video goes live on this channel, you will be the next to receive instant notification. You will be the first to be notified. See you in the next video, and goodbye.